What's going on, everyone? I'm Luis Ortiz. Today we got a pork belly. Now, I've been told quite a bit that doing the pork belly like a brisket is gonna give you some really good results. So I'm not a huge fan, I'll just go ahead and say it, I'm not a huge fan trying to replicate brisket with a different cut of meat other than brisket. You know, kind of like a tri-tip. But you know what? This is barbecue. You always got to try different things, different certain ways. That way, you know, you can get your own conclusion. Maybe you'll like it, maybe you don't, I don't know. But in this case, the pork belly has a lot of intermuscular fat. So I think with a good rendering, I think it's gonna be pretty solid. Now we're gonna go ahead and do the salt, pepper, garlic on this cut of meat. Now I did have to cut that corner out. The pork belly does look a little bit weird when it comes to shape. However, I mean, I don't really want that thin spot to go ahead and crisp up and, you know, not give it a full flavor like it would with the rest of the meat. So that edge had to go. So we're gonna go ahead and use the Recteq 1250. We're gonna set it to about extreme smoke mode for about an hour and a half or so, and then we'll crank it up to about 250 degrees and we'll see what it does. I'm not sure if I'm gonna do the full boat just yet or just leave it as is. I think I'm gonna go ahead and leave it as is with the fat cap up. See how she does. So we're using the lumberjack mesquite pellets for the time being. So we'll see what the deal is and go from there. All right, folks, we got it to extreme smoke mode. Let's go ahead and put it in. We're gonna do fat cap up. We're gonna go this way. We're gonna stick one of these things just right over here. Trying to get it to the thick area. Look at that extreme smoke mode, man. Look at that. All right, let's go ahead and put it down. And we'll see you guys in about an hour and a half or so, give or take. So it's been about 2 hours or so, give or take. Let's go ahead and take a look, see what we got. Okay. Still not the color that I'm looking for. I mean, it's all right, but then again, it's pork. It's not gonna turn black as hell. So what I'm gonna go ahead and do is I'm gonna set it to 225 and leave it as is. We'll be back once it's time to wrap. Alrighty, folks, so it's been about 4.5 hours, give or take. We're finally starting to see some bark. Check it out. Sorry about the wind, gents, but we're finally starting to see a little bit of bark. Not as much as I would see on an offset smoker, but definitely great. I was going to wrap this thing, but I think I'm gonna do a no wrap. Internal temperature is about 170, so we're gonna leave it as is until it finally reaches about 200 degrees or so. So we'll see you then. So the app says that the internal temperature of the pork belly is about 200 degrees already. Let's go ahead and check it out. Oh, hell yeah. It definitely built up a better bark now. Let's go ahead and take a look. Whoa. See that? You guys see that? Y'all see that? Like butter. Alright. Let's go ahead and take this thing out. Look at that, guys. Alright. Let's go ahead and turn this thing on. Now, the fat itself is a little on the crunchy side, which is great. It's fantastic. I would have liked a darker color. I think maybe next time, instead of 2 hours of it being under extreme smoke mode, I think I might end up doing about 3.5, maybe 4 hours of just extreme smoke mode before turning it off. But it's still not bad at all. All right, let's go ahead and rest it and take it inside. Before we do anything else, be sure to go ahead and hit that subscribe button right over here, guys. Definitely appreciate it. All right, so let's get to it. So that's what it was, guys. You can see in there that it was really soft and it was juicy. I mean, juice just came from every direction. The bark was fantastic. I really enjoyed that. It kind of has a little bit of a flavor of a little bit of a brisket, but not a whole lot. You can see in there too that the fat, I mean, it was rendered to the point where it's sticky, you know, kind of like that sugar cookie that a lot of people talk about. My take on the brisket style pork belly, I think I prefer them traditionally as chicharrones. We'll go ahead and make a video of chicharrones, but basically I think it was a little too rich for me, man. I mean, American Wagyu is a little bit too rich for me, and this was even more rich, right? I liked it, I enjoyed it. You know, I eat them in traditional brisket styles. You guys can see where I just pull it apart. It's good, but I'm not the biggest fan for it, mainly because it just felt like meat jello, right? And I like having a little bit of texture, right? I like having a little bit of texture, you know, a little bit of a tug, something. And this was just like meat jello, guys. Maybe you guys want that, maybe, I don't know. But to me it was a little bit too rich. The way that we traditionally make the pork bellies is with the skin. We'll make the skin nice and crispy, and then the meat side will render all the fat. It'll still have some sort of juice, but not a whole lot, because everything's gonna be pretty much rendered out. But it's still fantastic. If you want a video of that, be sure to go ahead and leave a comment in the comment section, and we'll go ahead and make that happen. But maybe you guys like it, but I don't know. I can understand why it's a fad and why a lot of people try it, but I think it was a little too rich for me, right? I could only eat so much of it before I mean, you'll feel it. You'll feel the effects real quick. And there's no texture on it. You start chewing on them and everything, and there's nothing. It's just, the texture isn't there. It just didn't wow me. I probably won't ever do it again. Maybe I will, maybe I won't. I don't know, but at this point, I'm not 100% convinced off of it. So that's what it is, guys. Be sure to go ahead and like, subscribe. We'll see you on the next one. Later.